Hello and welcome back to Oliver Clapworthy Music, and in this video is the last video of the year. So this is my year in review and Q&A, and you will have noticed that over the past couple of weeks I've been collecting various questions which I'll get stuck into later in this video. But first, I'm going to take a look through my channel in the past year, so here goes. So I've jumped onto the year in review. It does say 2024. That's wrong because up there it says 2025, and these are the stats for 2025. So how it began, I started with 120 subs, which was okay. 9.16k views, which is decent, and 76 uploads. I mean, at this time back in January, I had only been doing the channel for less than a year. But my top 3 uploads, Keo, yeah, I could see that coming from a mile off. That video didn't get many views when it was released, but it's been getting views every single week due to just Keo. They have a big fan base. And then 3 Days of Wonder Maniacs, that video just hit the algorithm on the head. And yeah, I'm surprised by that one, to be fair. And then my top views video was literally a month ago. I posted this a month ago, and it's got 2,367 views, which is a lot. And I'm very surprised by that. But my performance versus last year, subs gained 133, which is really good. Views gained more. Videos uploaded less. I uploaded less videos this year and just did essentially one a week. And then more likes, more views, more uploads, more subs. Keep them coming in. 659 watch hours is great. 4,000 and I get monetized. I can make money listening to people's music, which would be great. I need more comments. Not many videos get comments, and that's it. So to reiterate, this year was the year I started doing the vlogs, and I also started doing my own events, and it was really good. It was really enjoyable. Looking forward to next year. I'm not sure what I've got planned. I've got some big things planned in terms of events, but YouTube seems to be slowing down a bit. I would like to do more videos similar to the one I did last week where Lilybell and Dan helped with my channel. So could do something like that in the future. But anyway, it's Q&A time. So as I mentioned, Q&A time. And I'm just going to get straight into it. The first question I've got is from Billy Phillips, the bassist of Meraki. Meraki, great band. Go listen to them. But he asked what my favourite event I've been to this year was, and I would have to say I really enjoyed Die Twice the other night at the Phoenix. But my favourite event is McFly and Busted in Birmingham. That was a great night. I went to that gig pretty much on my own. I did meet up with some family in Birmingham beforehand, but pretty much on my own, just listening to the music. That's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoyed about it, really. And then Saxophero asked a very similar question called top 5 fave gigs of this year. So as you may have seen on my Instagram, I posted my favorite gigs of this year. I'm going to reference some different ones. I enjoyed Fright Fest. That was put on by Obvious Events. My Fever Rouge headline at the Cavern was lovely to put on. I enjoyed doing that one. I really enjoyed Die Twice at the Phoenix. I would say my favourite Bristol gig this year was Pack of Animals at the Louisiana. Was a great night. And any of the BIM lives, like BIM Live at Thekla, BIM Live at Trinity, the BIM Summer Ball that was put on by the BSA, Amri and Benny. So yeah, I enjoyed those ones. I really enjoy BIM Lives more than any other gig because it's 20 bands and I get absolutely hammered. And then the next question is from Joshua Ching, and it's, out of all the bands you've seen, which do you think has the overall best stage presence? Define stage presence. Is it people moving around on stage, in which case I'd say Die Twice, or stage presence as in their presence is felt stood still on stage? Wolfie, this next question comes from Wolfgang Ayrton from Wormhole and the Wolfgang Ayrton Trio. And he asked, why did I want to start a YouTube channel? And the answer is pretty simple in my eyes. I wanted to talk about music without being told to shut up by my parents, which is why I started the YouTube channel, to talk about my thoughts and opinions on grassroots music, and then people can watch if they want to, and if they don't, they don't. But people should watch. Next question comes from Wild Oceans Band, which I put on one of my lineups in Bristol. My first gig in Bristol, they opened it, and they asked, what can bands do to make life easy for a promoter in 2025 to 26? And there's a number of things that bands can do to make a promoter's life easy, which is promote the gigs themselves, really be on top of messages, make sure you answer messages like every day if you can, like answering emails. It all helps if there's clear communication between the bands and the promoters, and it works both ways, because I do know some bands that have worked with quite terrible promoters, and the promoters just don't message the bands. This next question comes from Anya, and she asks, what inspires me to review music? Now, I've always loved music, but I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to give my thoughts on the music I was listening to, because, as people may know, my brain is filled with thoughts and questions, and some of those questions I just ask the bands whenever I'm around them. Next question comes from Friday Lithgow from Who Killed Bunny, and they asked, what's your go-to Tesco meal deal? And I'm glad you asked that, Friday. Bacon sandwich, doesn't matter what, crisps and a Dr. Pepper. There you go, simple as that. Next question comes from Lily Bell from Who Killed Bunny, and who also featured in the previous video at the Chimp, Roman and Wild Oceans gig. She asked, in a zombie apocalypse, which of your records would you throw at the zombie's head to kill it? If Grooves in a Smile by Amri was released on a vinyl record, I'd throw that one. And then the next question comes from the same person. She asked, which Bristol band would you feed to the sharks to save yourself? I would say, which Bristol band would I feed to the sharks? I think I'd have to say Tough Luck. Sorry, guys. I've enjoyed living with you, but you're being fed to the sharks. The next question is, where and how did you learn to host your events? And Henry Rollins asked that. I think Obvious Events is a big influence for my events. I've taken a lot of ideas from them, even their ticket link that they use for their Exeter events. But I think I've learned a lot from watching Obvious Events do it, and I've also just learned through myself as well. I try not to take any inspiration for anything in case I accidentally copy something. Like for music reviews, I don't watch any other music reviewers. I don't know how they do it, and I don't want to watch them because I'm already doing the same thing, and I don't want to copy them. So that's my answer. I learned from Obvious Events, watching them do it, and then I just did it my own way. And then the next question comes from Robin, and she asked, how do you deal with event day nerves? And I would say I don't really get nervous on the day of a gig, but what I usually do is just keep calm, like get through the day, put some music on. If it's a day off, put some enjoyable music on, like Queen, just bands that I like to listen to. I listen to on the day of event or any event, to be fair. Like before I go on a night out, I listen to the same music because it makes me like quite chill and less stressed about what's about to come. And then next question comes from Wild Oceans again. What first attracted you to putting on gigs? I was working with a promoter in Exeter earlier this year. And it came at the same time I did a uni project, and I just thought to myself, I'm gonna organise an event. I'll see how it goes. I'll book the cavern. I'll book a couple of bands that I like and see how it goes. And then I really enjoyed the experience. So that's what first attracted me. The thought of like having to do it for my uni project, and then I just kept on doing them. Similar to this YouTube channel, this was only meant to be a 4-week experiment, and it's turned into 2 years. Next question is, what is my favourite song, Mr. Clatworthy? I like your use of the Mr. Clatworthy. I like that. So, get asked that. I would say my favourite song at the moment is Friend of a Friend by Die Twice, because they played it on Saturday for the first time in 3 years, and I enjoyed listening to it. I quite like Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine at the moment. I also enjoy listening to Amoristic Killer by Girl Band. That's been a big one for me this year. Yeah, it's just basically whatever song I've seen live recently, that's probably going to be my favorite. Like in a couple of weeks' time, a Who Killed Bunny song might be my favorite when I see them at the Croft. So the next question is, who's your favorite member of Supermarché? And I would say Austin. I think Austin's my favorite member. And then these next two questions, these last two are from Wolfgang Ayrton. So, favorite member of Supermarché is Austin, and he also asked Wormhole or Wolfgang Ayrton Trio, and I need to say Wormhole for this one. I love Wormhole. They're probably my favorite Bristol band at the moment, and yeah, just love them. I'm going to see them 19th of January. Exchange Basement, hosted by Obvious Events, with support from Copper Dog, Bitchin' Hour, which previous event, 12 Bar, Naomi Byrne, lead singer of Bitchin' Hour, played there for my gig, which was great stuff. And Drowner also playing that gig, and I've never seen them before. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the Q&A, and for this year on my YouTube channel. As I mentioned before, next year, I've got a lot of stuff planned in terms of events. I've got 3 events in February, March time, and then an event I'm planning in June time at Bomber in Exeter, which is going to be a showcase event. I'm going to send out a form on my story and to bands that I think might be interested. It's going to be like, whoever gives the best reason why they want to perform will perform that gig. So the next video is the Supermarché review of their 2 songs coming out, which is the first video of 2026. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more of this kind of video, and thank you very much for watching.